Welcome back. Hope I got enough time for this one. I want to talk about why men without the Bible never learn that your sins will fall upon your children. Now, particularly, we're going to take it with the daughter, because men, a man can be, they have good chances to, all right, your father's a piece of shit, but you can work hard and, women, on the other hand, women are mental. A lot of fathers don't understand that. No matter how much you say to your kids, right? Kids don't learn from speaking. Adults do. Kids only learn by watching you, and then they do what you do. What you say don't mean shit to a kid because they're like, you're saying this, but you do that. And you doing that gets you these things, right? Now, I'm going to explain to a lot of men that this may, slip your mind and you think you can get away with treating multiple women like garbage. Well, let me fucking tell you a little reality check for you. One, your daughter's watching you treat women like that. So in her mind, eventually, that's the way you're treated by a man you love. So when your daughter grows up and you can't get her away from that guy that's actually you, and you can't seem to know why. Oh, no, why you listen to me? Because he's doing exactly what you did to those women, and they didn't get away from you, remember? Remember? The dick down sessions and the drugs and the I love you, baby, forever. Remember that? Remember? Well, now they're doing it to her. And since she watched you do it and all your buddies and she's never seen faithful people, well, what do you think she thinks of all other men? A lot of them just accept it and then go get with a bad man and think that's the real reality of life when it's no. No, it's not. And I've literally witnessed, I don't know every woman in the world, 90% of the women I meet literally be having these problems where they don't even see in themselves that they're like, you'll be like, you're not a real woman. They'll argue you down like she's ever got taught how to be a woman ever. You didn't teach her. You didn't marry a woman. You married her mother, remember? She listens. You slap her around. She's a pushover. Remember? And then when your daughter's a pushover, you talking about going to jail. I'll kill a nigga. You programmed her to be that, dumbass. And then you told her, go to school, don't ever let a man control you, and stupid shit like that. Remember you gave her the feminism? Because the Matrix taught you dumb niggas. I'd rather teach my daughter to be tough and stay away from niggas and lie and not give them the real reasons and not realizing I'm changing them into a woman that's going to be alone. See, we're facing that epidemic now, Our fathers and forefathers before us, they did their trick of beating these chicks into the head and just staying with any nigga or grabbing on to a nigga. See, that shit was working. Now that they can get money and certain things a little bit better, fucking welfares and friends and, they can do things for themselves. So now that men are so stupid enough to don't rely on no man, yeah, you're not supposed to teach her to rely on a man, but you're supposed to make her realize you need a man in your life, and it's not just for money or whatever. No, it's the opposite of you. Why wouldn't you need a man? A fucking dog knows they need the opposite. The cat knows. The dumb dog knows. But somehow people don't know. But you say you're smarter than an animal, though. Sound the horns. So, that's just one way, all the things you do. Now, I know a lot of you are like, well, they don't see what I do. Listen, nigga, if you don't think your mortal enemies, if you don't think the bitches you do dirty aren't waiting to get around your kid when you're not around to tell them how much of a fucking scumbag you are, you're terribly wrong. You know? You men, it's surprising, even the women. Women, everybody I've seen really believes nobody knows your little secrets. You know how many people know your secrets just don't say nothing? They judged you and they casted your ass away already. They ain't gonna tell you they know the truth. They're just gonna, put you in a classism thing, Like if your daddy was a fucking no good chauvinist retard, well, that's what they're gonna think the children are gonna be. They're gonna be broken like that. So you don't hate those people. No, as the kids grow up, you tell your kids to stay the fuck away from them, And then your kids start wondering, why the fuck can't I have a relationship? Cause your dick, your no good dick daddy, dirty dick Larry was dicking everybody down, or your mom's is fucking mad husbands and shit. So the town talks about you secretly, and then you look good too. Don't let your daughter, your son look good. They're finished. They're automatically a whore now, definitely. Definitely. Doesn't matter if they're smart or not. They look better than anybody else. Jealousy sets in already. So you're already causing them harm, Not only are you making them think these ways are normal, but you're not thinking no one wants to tell on you that all these people you hurt and shit. Like, come on, a lot of you fucking idiots are dumb. And then the thing that I came up with last night, thinking about one of my old friends. What's up, P.A. James? Yeah, you learned the lesson the hard way, didn't you? Didn't I tell you what was going to happen to you? Go buckle down, because your kids are going to hate you one day. They're going to figure out what you're doing because you sleep with so many women that you forget them. And then you hit on them again, and then they fucking slap you in your face and say, you don't remember you fucked me already, you dirty ass nigga? You don't remember that, James? Now imagine one of them figuring out who your kid is. And they have a son. I'd send my son after your daughter, nigga. You niggas don't think other people hate what you did to them? Some of you niggas broke up marriages. Good marriages. Yeah, she cheated, but she could have got forgiven. He was ready to take her back, but you kept lying and saying, I'm gonna be with you, knowing damn well you wasn't gonna be with her. And you broke that family up, Some people are so vindictive when they get your kids, when they get older, some of these men are gonna get rich. They're gonna see your 18-year-old daughter and be like, oh yeah. You get it? A lot of niggas don't realize how many things are going down in a DM. But I think a lot of men need to be aware of every bad thing you do can and will be held against you by other people. And a lot of people don't really hold secrets. A lot of people talk loud, and other people can hear through the walls and hear your secrets. So even if they're keeping your secret, they're fucking idiots. They talk too much. They talk too loud. So you don't really have secrets. You have people that know about you and don't say nothing and treat you accordingly. Treat your daughter accordingly. So many tragedy stories I've heard. So many women I've even witnessed that even said things like this to me. Like, yeah, I've had a bad fucking growing up because my father was too gangster or my mom was too raggedy, and next thing you know, I'm growing up and motherfuckers is sabotaging my life. I don't even know what's going on. I'm starting to realize how pathetic people are when it comes to things like this, But when some of you people play with these people's minds, hearts, money, families, I can see someone, being really mad and saying, all right, I can't do nothing to you because, I can't get your girl or nothing, but your kids are going to grow up one day. And there's a lot of different ways to destroy a kid, just telling the truth about their parents and how shitty they are get you excluded from jobs, the in crowd, you know? A lot of people don't be understanding, why the fuck can't I be in my city's in crowd? I'm a good person, because your mom, the sins of your parents, you know? I know you know. You seen some of them niggas sneaking in the house. You seen, Mrs. Wilkins' husband coming through the crib. You know that nigga wasn't coming over for no goddamn cake. You know? He wasn't coming over for some coffee. Anyway, I hope you men that listen, or women that listen to this, you know, understand without biblical explaining, no, just worldly shit, and how, you know, that the Father said that he's going to say things and he's right, and it's up to us to figure out how he's right. And that's always been one of my biggest lessons to learn and try to conquer. The sins of the father fall upon the son. Because, you know, it gives you the fallen, the parents that fuck up. Well, then your children automatically got to work for the Lord and clean up the bloodline, you know, and do good shit, because you won't. So, you know, I think that's why a lot of the biblical stories, the young ones get called by God, and all the older people, they don't, because you've already had your chance and you turned your back on the Lord for the world. You get it? That's why he chooses the young ones. All love, all praise to the Most High.